Don't look now, just listen to Not in Front of the Children, a radio version of the TV success by Richard Waring, with Wendy Craig as Jennifer and Francis Matthews as Henry Corner. This week, House in a Tree, which also involves Fanny Rowe, Madeleine Howell, Olwen Griffiths, David Tate and Geoffrey Frederick, and the Children of Court.
Was that the mail, Henry?
Yes?
Anything for me?
No.
What's that?
Oh, it's just a reminder about this morning.
If you needed a reminder about having to go to court, shame should have etched it into your memory.
Yes, well, all right, Jennifer. We discussed the matter when the summons came. Is there any white bread? I can only see brown.
You're not a martyr, you know, Henry.
No, I don't want to be a martyr, dear. Haven't we any white bread?
People who fly in the face of authority these days aren't martyrs. They're just petty nuisances who put up the income tax.
Who do what?
Well, the council are taking you to court for the second time. This one letter from them probably has 10 or 12 copies. And there are other letters to the magistrate and the clerk of the court and the woman who scrubs out the dock. And they all have to be filed. And there'll be another bit of paper saying where they're filed, and that'll have copies. And they'll have at least 2 extra people to deal with you.
Well, it comes out of the rates, not the income tax. There's no white bread.
And who's the first to squeal when the rates go up? You carried a placard outside the town hall last time they put a penny on. Yes, and when the wind caught it and blew you into the road and you got knocked down by a bus, I should imagine they had to take on 2 extra people to deal with that. You're a one-man rates raiser, Henry.
Darling,
I know, white bread. Here you are.
I just don't like being dictated to, that's all. That's a crust, you know I don't like crusts.
Well, I don't like being dictated to either. But if you're going to take a stand, take it on an issue that means something, and not over a wretched treehouse.
Is a crust all we've got?
Look at it. Just look out of the window. It's an eyesore. It absolutely spoils the garden. And I utterly agree with the council that it ought to be removed.
They have yet to be able to show me anywhere in the regulations that states one needs planning permission to build a treehouse.
Look, it's not just a question of planning permission. The tree bisects a wall, which makes it half council property anyway. Not only that, your treehouse is on a branch over a bus stop, and in a high wind, people are terrified to queue there. And the traffic accelerates under it. And it also blocks a sizable portion of what little sunshine there is from the Richardsons' garden. And when the children are playing in the tree, they can see straight into Miss Potter's bathroom.
Well, these are incidental details. I'm taking a stand on principle.
Principle. There you are. You do see yourself as a martyr. I said so.
Jennifer, I don't see my...
Yes, you do. When you get on the 31 bus to the court, in your mind's eye, you'll be a French aristocrat climbing bravely into the tumbrel and clattering off between rows of knitting hags. And when you mount the steps to the dock, you'll be Sidney Carton mentally rehearsing his far, far better things speech. To yourself, you'll be these things, Henry. But to the Court and Battersea Council, you'll be an overgrown schoolboy who's being stubborn about an architectural monstrosity menacing a bus stop.
I see. Thank you. Children, breakfast ready.
Not a word about this letter to them. I don't want them to know their father's a jailbird.
A jailbird?
Well, practically. With summonses arriving by every post. And you climbing into the dock nearly as often as other people go to the loo?
I built that treehouse for the children, Jennifer.
Yes, they're going to be very grateful, aren't they, if the magistrate makes you pay through the nose for contempt of court and we have to start buying cheaper cuts of bacon.
Not bacon again.
Morning, darling. It's not streaky, it's best back. Now sit down, darling, have your cereal.
Shreddy puff.
Yes, well, your father buys it for the cut-out space rockets on the back. You know how he loves making things.
Well, doesn't any other cereal have cutouts on the back for Daddy?
Well, fruity grains have cut-out birds, but your father isn't a nature lover. Get on, darling.
Mummy, Robin says I'm a mistake.
A mistake? Whatever does he mean? Good morning, darling.
I don't know. He said he's 12 and Trudi's 11, and as I'm only 8, I must be a mistake.
Well, that's very silly of Robin. Now sit down and have your cereal.
You're late, Dad.
What?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm not going straight to the art school today.
Why?
Never mind, dear.
This letter says he's got to go to court.
Trudi, how dare you read other people's mail?
I didn't read it. I just saw the first bit.
Why, Dad? What have you got to go to court for?
Children, will you please be quiet and finish your breakfast?
I bet it's a parking fine. You couldn't get done for speeding in our old wreck.
Not another word until you're finished, Robin.
Yeah, well, just one word.
What?
From each of them, a yes or a no. Robin, Trudi, Amanda, would you like me to take down the treehouse?
No! Why?
All right. Just wanted to ask. So, it's not merely a principle or a Sydney Carton fetish, is it, darling? Thank you, children. Resolution, which was slightly flagging, has been quite revived.
Hello, Mum.
Hello, dear.
What's that bit of wood you're carrying?
It fell off Henry's treehouse as I got it. Things have come to a pretty pass when one takes one's life into one's hands just calling in for a cup of tea. I thought you told Henry to take that dangerous pile of rubbish down.
Yes, he hasn't got round to it yet.
Well, he hasn't got round to much else. This house is almost as big a shambles as it was when you moved in a year ago.
Yes, well, Henry isn't really the practical type.
He built that treehouse.
Yes, but practical tea houses don't fall on people's heads, do they?
Well, I'm sorry, but my feelings haven't changed, Jennifer. I still think you made a great mistake in not marrying Roger Parker.
Yes, but it's a bit late to bring it up, Mum. I've had 3 children and Roger's had 4.
He's left his wife.
But I still don't think Henry would let him move in here. Tea, Mum?
Thank you, dear. How are things between you and Henry?
Working out, thank you, Mum.
Has he had a haircut?
No, but he's
getting round to it. And a new suit?
He can't afford a new suit.
I'm not surprised on an art master's salary. What a job. Playing with paint and rubbing shoulders with naked models.
Well, he does manage to fit in a few pictures.
Well, he doesn't sell any of them, does he?
Oh, his exhibition didn't do so badly.
Exhibition? On the railings of Kensington Gardens?
He sold 3.
Yes, he let them go cheap when it started to rain. No, I'm sorry, Jennifer. I still don't think your husband is ever going to amount to anything.
Oh, sorry. Would you take over the kettle, Mum? Hello?
Oh, hello, darling.
Henry?
Yes?
Oh, just a minute.
What?
Just closing the door, Mum. Rather a draught.
Hello? Jennifer?
Yes, I'm sorry. I closed the door. Mum's here. I didn't want her to know that you were having to go to, you know.
Well, as a matter of fact, darling, I'm still here.
They haven't got to you yet.
Yes?
Well, they have got to you.
They passed me.
Well, why are you still there?
They want to hang on to me.
What? Why? Can't you pay the fine?
Well, I didn't get as far as the fine. I said I wouldn't take down the treehouse.
Oh, Henry.
It's called contempt of court, darling.
But you're not going to...
Prison, yes. I'm sorry, darling.
Henry.
The constable says I've got to go now, Jennifer.
But how long for?
Till I've purged my contempt. That means about agreeing to take the treehouse down. You see, it's a matter of principle, you see, darling.
Well, when can I see you?
I don't know. I'll ask the tip staff.
The tip staff?
Yes. The tip staff says you make application to the governor, darling. I don't know the exact address, but I imagine Brixton Prison will find him.
Brixton?
Yes. You didn't think they were sending me to Dartmoor, did you?
How can you be so calm about it, Henry? Chatting on about prison governors and tip staff?
I'm sorry, darling. Got to go now.
But Henry...
You wouldn't like me to cook supper or scrub the kitchen floor?
Goodbye, darling.
That wasn't Roger Parker.
No, Henry.
Really? Rather a passionate farewell, wasn't it? To someone you'll be seeing again in a couple of hours.
Oh, thank you, Mum. That looks a lovely cup of tea.
What do you mean it's still in the pot? Oh, you're acting very strangely, Jennifer. I shouldn't be surprised if you're on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And Henry would be to blame for that. He leaves you with far too much to do and far too little money to do it with. I've a good mind to wait until he comes home and tell him so.
No!
I lie awake at night worrying about you and hoping things will get better. But it always boils down to one thing. I just can't see Henry going anywhere.
Going?
Well, he'll always be precisely where he is at this moment. Quite content to stay in one place, one of a crowd. Well, that's his lookout, but I hate to see you shackled to him.
Shackled?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry to speak so harshly, dear, but when I compare Roger Parker's glittering future with Henry's, I mean, what has he got to look forward to? He's up against a brick wall.
Mum, I've just remembered I've still got some shopping to do.
Have you? Will the children be back soon?
Yes, that's why I must go out now.
But I haven't finished my tea.
I'm sorry.
Well, really, it was hardly worth getting nearly brained for.
Come on, Mum.
Oh, good heavens, the shopping must be important.
Well, it was nice to see you, Mum.
Oh, that's hard to believe. This is like being ejected by the bailiff.
Bye-bye. Bye, Mum. You're just in time for a bus.
Am I? Well, this time I'm waiting for it in the road. Better to be quietly knocked down than flattened by a plummeting treehouse. Now, you'll tell Henry about that, won't you? He'll never get around to it until you make it an issue.
It's an issue now, Mum, I promise. See you soon. Bye. Now, what on earth would Brixton Prison be under? Brixton Market? Brixton Poultry Supply? No. Her Majesty's Prison? Oh, no. Directory inquiries. Where on earth did Henry suddenly get this principal thing from? I bet it's the telly. They've had an awful lot of old Henry Fonda films on lately.
Directory inquiries?
Oh, I wonder if you could give me the number of Brixton Prison.
Brixton
Prison.
Would you spell it?
P for Pentonville, R for robbery, I for injustice.
Prison?
Yes. It's all right. I'm not organising a mass breakout or anything. Just a friend of mine wants to be a prison visitor. You know, that means that they can go in and leave on the same day.
Brixton 7500.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, what shall I say? Is that the governor? Well, you won't know me, but my husband's on his way to you. And, not knowing about this when he left here this morning, he's naturally gone without his toothbrush and pyjamas. And
Brixton Prison.
Oh, hello? Oh, I'm sorry. I was miles away. I wonder if I could speak to the...
Hello, Mummy.
Oh, hello, darling.
Look at my painting.
Oh, that's lovely.
Miss Warwick says it's my best picture yet. She says I'm taken after Daddy.
Yes, I see. Oh, yes.
I can't wait to show it him.
Yes, well, I'm sure you're hungry, darling.
Daddy said if I went on getting better, I could have one of mine in his next exhibition at Kensington Gardens.
Oh, yes, it would look lovely hanging on the bars. Railings. Get your tea, will you, darling? I've just got to make a quick phone call.
I'll leave the picture on the hall table so Daddy sees it the moment he comes in.
Yes, that's right, darling. B-R-I 750.
Brixton Prison.
Oh, hello. I wonder if I could speak to the... Oh!
Daddy hasn't been to art school all day today.
What?
I called in. I was near there when I went to buy the Kama Sutra, and they said he hadn't been there.
Kama Sutra? Give me that parcel.
They hadn't got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the art school said he hadn't been there all day.
No, yes, well, he had some business to attend to.
Yes, I know he was going to court, but that was this morning, wasn't it? He wouldn't still be there unless they put him in jug.
Trudi, I don't think the Kama Sutra is a suitable book.
Maggie Farmer says it fills in the bits they don't give you in the sex instruction class.
I don't. What Mandy Farmer says, I think it's most unsuitable.
Well, I couldn't get it, could I?
No, what did you get?
The Perfume Garden.
perfume garden. Oh, well, that's much healthier. An interest in flowers.
Brixton Prison?
Oh, I wonder if I could speak to...
Hello? Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just watching the door, but no one came in.
Madam, have you rung before?
Yes, I have, but we seem to get cut off. Didn't we?
May I have your number, just in case we seem to get cut off again?
Yes, of course. It's 228-2098. But I think we're all right now. Look, I was wondering, would it be possible for you to put me through to the... Oh! This room is like Clapham Junction.
How can it be? There's only you in it.
I am trying to make a phone call and people keep bursting in.
Can I have an apple?
Yes, dear, but be quick.
It's not that lot full of holes you've got, cheap.
They're all the greengrocer had. I pointed to the hole and said it looks as though something had crawled in there. And he pointed to a hole on the other side and said, well, if something had, it had crawled out.
This one's only got one hole.
Look, Robin, will you find an apple with an exit and take it upstairs? Hello?
This is Brixton Prison.
What? Oh, how kind of you to ring me back. Oh, it's probably something to do with the phone's changing over to the decimal system or whatever it's called. Just a minute. Robin, will you hurry up?
Hello?
Just a minute. Robin, have a banana.
That's no good.
Why?
Because I want to peel the apple in one long piece and then throw it on the floor and see what my lucky number was. I can't do that if the skin's full of holes.
Wait, look, will you take the bowl with you? I'm talking on the phone.
Well, I'm not making any noise looking for apples.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, just a moment. Robin, please.
I bet it won't work with an orange.
I'm sorry, it's a slight domestic crisis. Now, I was wondering if I could speak to the governor.
The governor?
Yes. Or, if he's busy, perhaps his personal warder. It's in connection with my husband.
Is your husband here, madam?
No, not yet. He's heading your way in a Black Maria.
On what charge?
Contempt of court.
Oh, he won't be in a Black Maria, madam.
Oh, he will be disappointed. It's a matter of principle, you see. But you don't feel so heroic, do you, on the 420 from Victoria?
What's his name, madam?
Henry Corner.
Hold on, please.
Thank you so much. Answer that, will you, children?
Hello?
Oh, is that the governor?
No, I'm afraid the governor's busy.
Oh, well, you'll do, I'm sure.
I understand your husband is arriving here on a contempt of court charge.
Oh, yes. And I was wondering if I could see him. Do you have visiting hours like a hospital?
We do.
Oh, well, perhaps you give them to me. Oh, and how to get to you. Though if I get lost, I can always ask a policeman, can't I? Hello, Jennifer. Biddy. I'll ring you back.
I've been trying to ring you for hours to remind you about our date tonight. Oh, you've been continuously engaged.
Yes, well, I was trying to get through to... I'm sorry, Biddy.
So I thought I'd pop across and remind you in person.
Yes, well, there's been a slight snag, you see.
Oh, no.
Yes, Henry, he's not too well.
How do you mean? He's got some sort of bug?
You could call it that, yes.
Where is he? Upstairs?
No, he's, being looked after.
In hospital?
Well, it's that type of institution.
Good heavens.
Amanda, will you see who that is?
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Jane.
Thank you, Biddy.
Did it suddenly come on?
Well, he wasn't expecting it.
And he was all right this morning?
Well, I wouldn't say he was all right. A bit muddled, you know.
It's not infectious, is it?
Oh, I hope not.
Mummy!
Yes, Amanda?
It's two policemen.
What? Policemen? Good heavens, Jen, I hope it's nothing to do with Henry.
Henry? Why should it be to do with Henry?
Robin, Trudi, there's two policemen on our doorstep.
Amanda! Wait here, will you, Biddy?
You needn't shut the door.
Yes, but there's a draft. You might get a stiff neck.
Good afternoon, madam.
Would you keep your voice down, please?
Pardon?
I've an old mother.
Oh. Is your telephone number 228-2098?
Yes?
And have you very recently been ringing Her Majesty's prison in Brixton?
Yes. Yes, I believe I might have.
Only the operator there thought there was something odd about your call, and he reported it to us at the station round the corner.
Oh, really? Yes, well, we kept on getting cut off.
I see.
Children, will will you go and play, please?
Have you asked to see his credentials?
Did you hear me, Robin?
Only I read the other day about a policeman who turned out to be...
Robin! Take Trudi and Amanda and go into the garden. So sorry.
It's all right, madam. Your boy's quite correct to be cautious. I think this should satisfy you.
Oh, yes, of course it does. But I want to satisfy you. What about the telephone calls? I assure you there's nothing suspicious. They must have rung you before I'd explained my business. My husband is temporarily in your care. Well, in the care of your colleagues at Her Majesty's place in Brixton. Nothing serious. He's just been contemptuous in court.
I see, madam.
Yes, well, I wanted to find out when I could see him.
I quite understand, madam. The name is...
Corner.
Corner?
Like the one you turn.
Right. Well, thank you, madam.
Is there anything I could take my husband in the food line?
Well, I'm not sure, madam.
Well, I don't mean a cake with a file in it. I just don't like to think of him walking about with a tin of slop.
Oh, I think conditions have improved since the Bastille, madam.
Well, I'll find out when I see him. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
I don't know.
What are you all doing in the hall?
Jenny, what's going on?
Going on? Nothing. Oh, Henry, you mean? Yes, well, I told Biddy, darlings, and I suppose I must tell you, but there's no need to worry. Daddy's been overdoing things a bit lately, and the doctor thinks that he ought to have a rest. And it wouldn't be much of a rest for him at home, would it, with you see something around? So they found a nice, quiet place for him. And he's going to stay there until he feels better. In fact, he's going to be so quiet that we shan't even go and visit him. Well, I will, of course, and I'll be able to give you a progress report when I come home, shan't I? You look worried, darlings. I said there was no need to worry. What's the matter, Robin?
What did those two policemen want?
In here, Mrs. Corner.
Thank you.
Hello, Jen.
Hello.
They said you were coming.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, Jen.
But don't be silly.
I'll wait outside.
Thank you. It's a matter of principle, darling.
I know. How long will you be in?
I don't know.
You said something about purging.
Yes. It shouldn't be long. Sit down, darling.
Yes. Well, it's better than I thought. You know, I didn't know if we'd have to talk through a grill.
With me handcuffed to a warder. Different when it's a civil case.
Civil?
Yes.
Does that mean they treat you more civilly?
I think so.
I hope so.
I believe they even have television.
Oh, BBC too?
Probably.
You're better off than we are.
Yes. How's everything?
At home? Fine.
You told them?
The children? Not the truth.
Well, that's nothing unusual. What did you say?
Well, I said the doctor recommended a rest.
Well, that wasn't far out, except that the magistrate recommended it.
I'll tell your principal the same.
Who, Lennox? Oh, no, you can tell him the truth.
What?
Yes, he's been inside himself.
Lennox?
One of the models claims he touched her forbiddenly. Oh, she retracted afterwards. Apparently she was in love with him, and he'd spurned her. You know how stupid women can be. And I'm sorry, darling.
It's all right.
Anyway, Lennox came out without a stain on his character, but he said he wouldn't have missed the experience.
Did he?
Yes, he dined out on it for years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And is that what you're hoping for, Henry?
What?
To dine out on this for years?
Oh, good heavens, no, darling.
Well, I'm pleased to hear it.
No, just tell a few old friends.
Who?
Well, Lennox, for one.
Oh, yes, well, a couple of jailbirds.
Darling, are you sure you see?
See? See what?
Well, you said just now that you saw it was a matter of principle. I thought it was absolutely marvellous the way you weren't afraid to swallow your feelings a bit.
Well...
And to come here and see me. I don't think I've ever been prouder in my life.
Oh, really?
No, I loved you more. When you came in and we embraced, it was like the first time I held you tight. A couple of 100 years ago.
Oh, a little less than that, surely.
And I honestly wouldn't have blamed you if you'd refused to see me.
Oh, don't be silly.
No, I mean, or if you'd come down here and torn me into shreds.
Oh, good heavens.
No, really, I mean after this morning when you didn't approve of the treehouse, let alone the principal.
Well, I still don't approve of the treehouse, darling.
No, well, I'll take it down the moment I get out.
Will you? Oh, thank you, darling. You what?
What?
You take the treehouse down?
Well, when I get out.
Well, why couldn't you have taken it down today and saved yourself coming in?
I told you, darling, it's a matter of principle.
Principle?
Well, you said you understood.
I do understand. I understand that I'm married to a pig-headed, sensation-seeking jailbird.
Don't use that word.
I don't care if your case is civil or downright rude, Henry. I shall always see you dressed in broad arrows from now on.
They don't use broad arrows.
No. In these enlightened times, they probably provide you with slippers and a smoking jacket. Well, I think it's a great shame that broad arrows are out, preferably printed on hessian with a ball and chain at the ankle.
Jennifer!
Principal, just think of the extra staff they'll have to take on to deal with you in here.
No shouting, please.
Just one last shout. You tell the governor from me that he has my permission to put my husband on bread and water, brown bread, and the crust.
Well, we're there in that mood, mate. I reckon you're safer off in here.
He's been judged.
What?
Didn't you know, Mummy?
Look, it's in the evening paper.
And a photograph.
A matter of principle, eh? Where's the coal hammer?
Coal hammer?
In the garden. Where's she gone? What's she doing?
In the garden.
With the coal hammer? She looks as though she'd like to hit someone with it.
She's climbing up to our treehouse.
She's never been up there before. I thought she didn't like it.
She doesn't like it. She's hitting it. It's wobbling.
Look out, Mum!
Here she is, Mr. Coroner.
Thank you, nurse.
I think she's still asleep, but if...
Darling, it's me, Henry.
Henry.
No, don't try to talk. You had a bit of concussion. Nothing broken, thank heavens.
Nothing broke.
No, the postman broke your fall. And it happened just as a bus pulled up at the stop, so we've got a mass of witnesses.
Oh.
People on the top deck who saw you demolishing the treehouse, and the people on the bottom deck who saw you land on the postman. Well, I mean, you were only obeying council instructions, so the postman's quite within his rights to sue them. And so is the bus company.
The bus company?
The top part of the tree fell on the bus. And you know I made the evening papers with my bit of principle. Well, you made the 6 o'clock news.
Oh.
No, don't try to speak, darling. And apparently the tree had been rotten for years, and the council should have inspected it, because it was half their property. So we can sue them, too.
Sue them?
Yes, but I'm not going to, darling. They've let me out of jug, and I don't want them to have to swell the staff, because I wouldn't be surprised if your little national health venture here hasn't caused them to take on at least an extra 2 or 3.
Oh!
Not in Front of the Children starred Wendy Craig as Jennifer Corner and Francis Matthews as her husband Henry. With Fanny Rowe as mother, Madeleine Howell as Biddy, and all the other parts were played by Olwen Griffiths, David Tate and Geoffrey Frederick. The children were Roberta Tovey as Trudi, Jill Riddick, Amanda, and Hugo Keith-Johnston as Robbie. The script was adapted from his original TV success by Richard Waring and produced by Trafford Whitelock.
Don't look now, just listen to Not in Front of the Children, a radio version of the TV success by Richard Waring with Wendy Craig as Jennifer and Francis Matthews as Henry Corner. This week, Just Pack a Toothbrush, which also involves Charlotte Mitchell, Elizabeth Morgan, Tenniel Evans, and the children, of course.
Robin, you've got no business to be conducting a war with that gun in the sitting room.
It only fires table tennis balls. Look.
Ow!
Sorry, Mum.
Give me that gun this instant.
But it sometimes just goes off.
Give me that gun. Thank you.
Mum, where shall I put this plaster figure?
What?
Daddy's plaster figure. Ow!
Oh.
I told you it went off on its own.
It's broken.
Yes, I'm sorry, darling. Don't worry. I clear up the pieces.
Shall I take the gun back, Mum, in case it goes off again?
No, you won't. You'll all go in the garden and play, and if there's any more noise, I'll tell Daddy about this, and he certainly won't take you to the fair.
Oh, Mum.
Go in the garden, I said, didn't I? Oh, I'll answer that. When any of you open doors, they seem to come off their hinges. Now, run along.
Okay.
Shoo.
Hello, Jen. I brought your tape recorder back.
Oh, thank you.
I'll bring it in, shall I?
Thanks.
By the way, the next time David asks, don't lend it to him. If he's going to borrow people's LPs and record them on tape to save money, I think it's the height of meanness to borrow the tape recorder as well.
That's why at least he's got his own gramophone.
Oh, no, he hasn't. He whipped it from the office.
Oh. Well, Hannah...
that reminds me. There was a tape on the machine with your children's voices on it. Did you know that? Now, wait a minute. Where did this plug go?
Never mind, Hannah. Actually, I haven't got time to listen.
Here we are. Now, you listen. It's when they were babies. Oh, they sound so sweet.
Do they really?
You want to be careful. Yes, you want to be careful, Jen. David might easily have wiped that tape, and you'd have lost all this forever. You'll never hear that again, will you?
No, but I've got something very similar, Hannah.
Honestly, it made me feel quite broody. Oh, I nearly forgot. What was the name of that place you and Henry used to go to at weekends?
Weekends?
Before you had the children, wasn't it?
Oh, West Wittering.
That's it.
The George Hotel.
The George.
Good Lord, I'd almost forgotten we used to go away.
Well, David and I thought we might take ourselves off for a long weekend one of these days.
A long weekend?
Yes. You know, pack a toothbrush Friday evening, come back Monday.
Pack a toothbrush?
And I always remember you saying West Wittering was the one place you never used to bicker.
Did I?
Not that David and I are bickering. Well, not more than usual, anyway. Well, thanks, Jen. I'd better let you get back to your lovely children.
Give our love to the George Hotel.
We will. Bye, Jen. Oh, hello, Henry.
Hello, Hannah.
I returned your tape recorder.
Oh, thanks, love.
Thank you. Bye.
Why won't this door close?
It was used as the gate to Fort Knox earlier today. Listen, Henry, you've got to speak to the children. They've been so naughty.
Oh, good heavens, I'm hardly in the door and you expect me to run amuck with a heavy belt. I've got kids all day, remember, a class full of them.
All right, you're a schoolmaster, so there's even less excuse for our own children being completely undisciplined.
I'm an art master, darling, and in art classes they tend to concentrate more on the whole human form rather than just the posterior.
I don't care, we've got to have some discipline here. We've told them again and again not to play in the sitting room. Amanda's been screaming. Robin's been discharging balls from that lethal instrument you bought him. And when I went to tell him off, I was right in the line of fire.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose.
No. And when I took the thing from him, it went off and hit Trudi, and she happened to be carrying...
No, I'm sorry, darling. Trudi happened to be carrying what?
Your new plaster cast.
What? Where?
Well, she didn't do it on purpose.
No, it was just an accident, wasn't it? I mean, you can't keep anything in one piece in this house. Other people have children. We've been blessed with a herd of water buffalo.
Well, I don't know where they get this jungle instinct from. It's not the life I visualised, I can tell you, when we embarked on a family.
We didn't even embark on Amanda.
No, she was a mistake. But that doesn't make any difference. She belongs in the zoo, just like the other two. Was there once a life when we were free from noise and smacks and breakages? Was there, Henry?
Yes, I suppose so, in the mists of antiquity.
When we didn't have to spend half the housekeeping on throat lozenges for all the shouting we have to do. And when you could open the door without the danger of being hit in the face by half a dozen table tennis balls. And if you wanted to go away for the weekend, you just packed a toothbrush and went away for the weekend.
Good Lord, yes. I'd forgotten we used to live in Elysium. Going away for the weekend. When did we last do that?
How old's Robin?
12.
12 years ago. More like 13. The last long weekend we had away was to celebrate me getting pregnant.
To celebrate it?
We're twittering. Yes, oh, it was marvellous. And we'd had another weekend there just a little while before.
Oh, yes, I remember. Why did we go back to the same place?
Well, because we reckoned that was where I got pregnant.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was a good weekend, too.
Marvellous.
Whizzing about in a Mini.
No.
What?
No, we didn't have a car then.
Oh, no.
No, bus, train and Shank's pony.
That's right, yes.
We ran nearly everywhere.
Hand in hand.
Laughing like drains.
Eating like pigs.
Drinking like fish.
Yes. We had so much energy then.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, we had so much energy.
Yeah, of course we were younger then.
I can still get around the shops without a stick.
Yes. Oh, the three very beautiful children, Jen.
Yes, very beautiful. Armed to the teeth or contorted with tears.
Bit late to send them back.
Oh, I wouldn't send them back. Just put them in store for a few days.
For a long weekend?
Yes. Oh, Henry, could we? Hannah called. She and David are going off one weekend soon.
Yes, well, it's all right for them. They haven't got any kids.
Let's try and get away, darling.
Yes, all right. No harm trying. Now, would your parents have the children?
Wouldn't yours?
What? Well, they did have us for Sunday lunch last, didn't they?
Well, Sunday lunch isn't very arduous.
No, but we had it in rather a draft, didn't we? From that broken picture window.
Oh, yes. Robin's football. I'll ring Mum.
Yes, they haven't done anything to her, have they?
Well, digging up the wasp's nest didn't go down too well.
Got rid of the wasps.
They camped again in Dad's garage.
Oh, yes.
Still, that's longer ago than your father's picture window.
Yes, it is. Oh, Jen, wouldn't it be wonderful to get away?
Wonderful. Oh, hello, Mum. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise the television was on at this time of the night. Is it? Oh, well, it's all right for some. I've got children's suppers to get and breakages to clear up and... Oh, I'm only joking, of course, Mum. They're as good as gold. You know that. What? Well, how can wasps damage a car? Oh, well, they were trying to help. And anyway, that was some time ago. They're older now and more... Oh, it was only 2 months ago, was it? Is that all? Well, it seems longer, doesn't it? It certainly does to the children. They're always asking when they're going to see you again. That's why I'm ringing. Actually, Mum, do you think you could possibly have them for a weekend? Henry and I thought we might take a couple of days off. Well, we haven't been away on our own for ages, and I think we deserve it, Mum. The children aren't exactly the quietest. I mean, they are the quietest. Anyway, Mum, I don't want to keep you from your television programme, so if you could... Mum? Hello? Oh.
Wonderful the way parents rally round.
Well, she wasn't really listening. She obviously had 2 eyes and 1 ear on the telly. Will you ring your parents?
Yes.
I mean, we did pay for the window.
No, we offered to pay.
Well, your father could have accepted.
Well, hardly when I had to borrow a quid from him for the petrol to get us home.
We just had all those expenses, hadn't we?
Repairs to the Armstrongs' rockery.
Well, I think if the Armstrongs throw a children's party, they ought to expect
Repairs to the Armstrongs' roller that hit the Armstrongs' rockery. Oh, hello, Dad. How are you? Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, it's your old rheumatism again, is it? Yeah. Oh, the draft wasn't as bad as that, was it? Oh, incidentally, Dad, I'm in a position to pay you for the window now, and the petrol, and... Pardon? When did I borrow that? Oh, I'm sorry, I'd forgotten about that. Well, I don't think I can quite manage that as well. Is Mother there? Oh, what for? Oh, I see. Oh, well. Have a nice time. What? Yes, I'll put a check in the post. Goodbye, Dad.
Wonderful the way parents rally round.
They're going away for a week.
I gathered that.
To Leamington Spa. Dad's rheumatism's playing him up again.
Yes, I gathered that too. It's a good thing you rang off. He might have asked you for something towards the medicinal baths. Oh, well, that was a nice long weekend.
I'll go.
Where are the children? Did they go out on the road?
Why?
Well, I hope that's not another complaint.
Oh, Charlie, come in. You're a stranger, aren't you?
Well, look, Henry, this is a bit embarrassing, but I've run out of money in the pub on the corner.
Well, you've come to the wrong place for a loan, old man. We've got 3 kids the same as you.
Yes.
I'll give you a drink if you like.
Oh, would you? Oh, that would be very kind.
Ah, splendid. Perhaps you could cheer us up.
Well, I'm hoping you'll do that for me.
Why, what's the matter? Oh, Charlie's popped in for a drink, darling.
Mary's pregnant.
What do you have then? What?
She had it confirmed today.
Good grief.
Yeah. Isn't it terrible?
Hello, Charlie. To what do we owe this honour? How Mary and the children? We haven't seen any of you for simply...
Mary's pregnant.
Who's Mary? Oh, not Charlie's Mary.
Yes?
Yes.
It, wasn't planned, I suppose.
Ah.
No. Silly of me. How did it happen?
What?
I mean, give Charlie a drink, darling.
Yes, well, he did offer me one, actually.
What? Oh, yes, I'm so sorry.
How has Mary taken it, Charlie?
Well, she's a bit numb, like me.
Where is she?
Home.
Should we ask her around?
She can't.
Why?
Because of the children.
Yes. How old are they now, Charlie? I've forgotten.
13, 11, and 9.
The new one's not going to have anyone to play with, is it?
Oh.
I'm sorry, Charlie. Here's your drink. Now, you try and take your mind off it.
Yes, well, I'll try.
You won't have to try after that scotch, Charlie.
I had 11 doubles in the pub and they haven't struck yet.
11?
Well, that's why I ran out of money.
Well, one can't say congratulations, Charlie.
Oh, Henry, you don't congratulate people on an accident. I think we can only wish Charlie and Mary a child as lovely as the ones they've got already and hope that it keeps them young.
Young? I'm old before my time as it is.
Drink up, Charlie.
Oh. Well, Charlie, you know what I think you ought to do? I think you ought to go straight home and tell Mary what a clever girl she's been.
Yes, that's right. And keep us in the picture, won't you, Charlie?
Well, nothing's going to happen for 7 or 8 months, you know.
Well, then it'll all be happening, won't it? Cigars and champagne all round, then the christening party.
His first 2...
Oh, my...
Poor Charlie.
Another baby.
Can you imagine going through all that again?
3 a.m. screams.
Sterilising bottles.
Nappies hanging like bunting.
Pram pushing.
Potty training.
It's a prison sentence.
And we haven't even touched on the expense.
Don't.
I bet they've thrown away the cotton, the high chair and the pram and the blankets.
Jen!
They probably had a big bonfire like we did. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The night I started taking the pill. We danced round the blaze, whooping like Cherokee Indians.
The children thought we'd gone mad.
No, well, we had.
Yes, we had.
Well, the worst was behind us.
Only loveliness ahead, eh?
Like broken plaster figures and tennis balls in the face.
Oh, darling, doesn't it make you realise how lucky we are?
Yes.
And before Charlie arrived, we were right down in the dumps, you see.
Just because we couldn't get a weekend off.
Yes. When will Charlie get a weekend off?
1984! Well, Charlie, we mustn't laugh.
No, I know.
I'll ring Mary and try and cheer her up.
Yeah. Tell us some funny baby stories.
Dear Henry, get out.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, you'd better get out. I don't want to laugh in Mary's face.
No, okay.
Another birthday.
What?
4 birthday parties a year.
Good grief. Yes, and toys everywhere again.
For Charlie to fall over.
Guaranteed unbreakable.
Smashed in 15 minutes flat.
Hello?
Oh, Mary.
Good luck.
Yes, who's that?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, have you got a cold?
What? Yes, I have a bit, Mary. Look, I'm just ringing up to say to say we just heard the news.
Oh, about the baby?
Charlie called in to tell us.
Oh, did he really? Oh, I'm so glad. Perhaps he doesn't feel so badly about it after all.
No, well, he seemed quite... how do you feel, Mary?
Oh, my dear, I'm thrilled.
Thrilled?
Yes. Wouldn't you be? Oh, forget what Henry would say. If he's anything like Charlie, he was probably against each of the three you've got now.
Oh, well, not really, Mary. I mean, only Amanda was accidental.
Oh, well, this one certainly wasn't.
What?
Good heavens, no. I haven't told Charlie, of course. He'd say, why wasn't he consulted? And it wouldn't help matters to say I didn't consult him because I knew he'd say no.
But why, Mary?
Why what?
Why did you want another?
Because I got broody. Don't you ever get broody, Jennifer?
No.
Not when you see young babies being wheeled out, or toddlers being fitted for tiny shoes, or those beautiful children in television commercials. Don't you ever feel like that, Jennifer? Really?
No.
Well, I think back to my pregnancy days. However unenthusiastic the men are in the first weeks, they always swell with pride when you start to swell. And you're treated with such consideration, Jen, and people carry things for you, and men even give you a seat on the bus.
Yes.
And, I mean, your confinement, well, that's nothing after 3 of them, is it? And then there's 10 lovely days in hospital with flowers and telegrams and people calling and fussing round. Are you there, Jennifer? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry, I'm wandering on.
Well, keep wandering.
What?
What about when you get home from hospital? The late nights and the nappies.
Yes, but somebody needs you, don't they? It's years, honestly, Jen, it's years and years since my children needed me. How about you? Oh, it's nice to be needed, Jennifer. Even if it is in the middle of the night for a damp nappy.
Yes.
Oh, of course, the first thing Charlie thought of was the expense.
Yes, the expense.
Well, we've thrown all the children's old stuff away.
So have we.
But you'd be surprised at the number of people who think that's unlucky or wasteful. When Charlie mentioned the expense, I asked around, and I found 6 couples who were hoarding absolutely everything we needed for the new baby.
Really?
Oh, Jennifer.
What?
Isn't that a wonderful thing to be able to sing after all these years? The new baby.
The new baby.
Isn't it wonderful?
The new baby. Yes, it's wonderful, Mary.
So I'm not a careless cow, really, am I, Jennifer?
A careless cow?
Well, that's how Charlie greeted the news. Oh, he'll come round, they always do. In a few weeks' time, he'll be boasting to people about his virility. Jack, I say, here he is. Not a word to him, mind.
Oh, of course not. And congratulations, Mary.
Oh, thanks, dear. See you soon. Oh, good gracious. He seems to have fallen over.
Oh.
Goodbye.
That was twisting the knife a bit, wasn't it?
What?
Congratulations. I mean, I should think she's as shocked as Charlie.
No. As a matter of fact, she meant it.
Meant to have another baby?
Yes.
Yes, well, I mean, she'd have to say that, wouldn't she? I mean, so that she didn't look too much of a careless cow. Yeah. I was having a good laugh in the kitchen just now. Poor old Charlie. In 9 months' time, he's going to find the fridge full of those half-empty tins of baby food. Do you remember? When you'd accumulated about 20 of them, you used to make a thick soup. Oh, dear. Always tasted as spinach. Except the one where you accidentally added apple puree. what was the other thing I remembered? Something equally ghastly. Oh, yes. Birthday parties. Terrible. The place is a sea of jelly and sickly-looking cakes, and all the sandwiches get left. They keep turning up at the tea table till they're so mouldy they can walk to the rubbish bin by themselves. Oh, dear, thank heavens that's all over. Eh, darling? Jennifer?
I think those were wonderful days.
What, the birthday parties and the leftover sandwiches?
And the empty baby tins.
Not the sterilising and the pram pushing.
Yes, Henry, and the nappies, and the potty training. I'm very sorry it's all over.
Have you been drinking?
In fact, darling, I wouldn't mind if it was all just starting again.
I think you'd better have a drink.
Oh, marvellous time, Henry.
Marv, a moment ago you said Charlie made you realise how lucky you were.
Well, I haven't thought back properly.
Yeah, well, don't think back, think ahead. Remember 1984?
Well, we haven't had a weekend away for 12 years. What's another 15?
Jennifer, precisely what are you trying to say?
Let's have another baby.
What?
I want to be needed again.
Now, listen, darling, just sit down, pull yourself together, and act like a sensible mother of 3. Would you like another drink?
No, thanks.
Anything else you'd like?
Yes, please.
What?
Another baby.
Jen!
Honestly, darling, you'd soon come round to the idea. You'd swell when I started to swell.
I do what?
And it'd be the perfect answer to all those people who say you're beginning to look your age. I mean, I bet lots of men are secretly envying Charlie. He's really proved something, hasn't he?
Look, Jen, if I want to prove my virility, I can think of plenty of ways that don't include laying in stocks of nappies and dried milk.
Dried milk.
Jennifer!
Yes, it's a tiny hand held onto my finger.
Oh, this is absurd.
Do you remember that lovely rattling sound as he started to play with the beads on his cot?
Aren't you going to get the supper?
And there'd be plastic ducks in the bath again.
All right. I'll get the supper. Anything rather than listen to this nonsense.
Oh, no, Henry, just stay a minute. Just listen to this old tape recording.
You listen to it.
Oh. The darling. How sweet. Well, that's typical.
What?
Holding a microphone over your daughter when she's screaming her head off. Oh, dear. Let's try somewhere else. You're not recording her again, Henry.
For posterity.
That's not the sort of noise posterity wants to hear. It certainly isn't.
No, don't turn that off, Jen.
What do you mean?
I haven't heard that for ages. Come on, let's have some more. Oh, they certainly had good lungs, haven't they?
And they still have, but they make a nicer noise with them now. Switch it off, Henry.
No.
You don't want to listen to...
Of course I do. We have... Well, bless them.
Now, Henry, don't be silly.
Oh, you're right, Jen. They were special days, weren't they?
Yes, but they're over now.
I know, it's a shame.
What?
Well, you said so yourself.
Well, I've changed my mind.
Listen to that. We don't have fun like that anymore.
It wasn't fun. I was...
Hey, who's that?
Just a pail of water. Gas fell down.
I don't know, darling. It was a long time ago.
Trudi! Don't you remember? It was a pouring wet day and I thought of that rhyme.
Yes, and just beforehand you'd been grumbling because you couldn't go to the pictures.
Oh, I don't believe you. Who swapped romping with the children for the pictures?
Listen, if this machine had vision as well as sound, you'd see nappies in the background.
Oh, well, all children have nappies.
And you probably switched off the tape recorder and went straight into a potty training session.
Potty training! You see, weren't we proud when they got the message?
Darling, your child stopped. That's the phone.
Oh, yes.
Oh, if it's Mary, don't you listen to a word she says. I'd better take it. Hello? Oh, hello, Mum. You will? Oh, Mum, bless you. They'll take the children for the weekend, Henry. Well, tomorrow night, if possible, Mum. We can if you can. It's going to be like it used to be. Just pack a toothbrush and off. All right, Mum. Final details in the morning, and thanks so much, Mum. Goodbye.
No wonder I love you. You came from such a lovely mum.
Well, I've heard you say different, darling, but never mind. Do you know, you look 13 years younger already.
I feel 13 years younger. Now, we couldn't do this if we had another baby, could we?
Now, don't talk to me. You were the one who was feeling broody last.
Shall we go to the same place?
Oh, yes. Ring them, Henry.
Right, let me check the number. And we'll run everywhere.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, well, not everywhere.
No, not with a tongue.
No. We'll pretend it's 13 years ago, shall we?
The two of us.
Before the rows started.
Oh, darling.
No. I mean, it's not the children's fault. You know, it's responsibility and worry. It wears the nerve endings away. Well, from now till Sunday night, it's going to be like the last time down there.
Idyllic.
Yes, harmonious.
And doing transport.
Hello? Ah, yes. Hello. Is that the George? Good. Have you got a double room for this weekend? Pardon? Oh, yes. Well, it's 01228-2098. My name's Corner. Right, thank you. There's some sort of hiatus going on. They're going to ring back.
Well, you better see if you want anything washed. I'll have to do it tonight.
Right. We'll make this a second honeymoon.
I'm not sure if I've got the strength.
Oh, darling. Well, I'll check my shirt. Oh, hello, kid.
Hello, Dad. Oh, Mum, is Dad in a good mood?
A good mood? He's not grotty.
Why?
Because of the plaster figure.
Oh, no, darling. I mean, that was as much my fault as anybody's.
Was it?
Yes.
And perhaps you'd like to put something in our tin. We each put in a bob towards some cigarettes for him.
Oh, there's no need for that.
Are you sure?
Well, it's very sweet of you, but you've never done it before, have you?
We've never broken something so near to going to the fair before.
Fair?
Hampstead Fair.
On Saturday.
Daddy said if we were good.
Oh, yes.
I think we're giving the money just to make sure.
Mum said we needn't.
Well, let's give him half.
Are you sure he's not going to cancel Saturday, Mum?
Well, actually, children...
Hello. What's all this then? Council of War?
No, it's a council of peace, actually.
Oh? I'm afraid there's a pile of rather grubby smalls, darling.
Yes, well, I've just been asked to contribute to a fund for buying you some cigarettes.
What?
In case you were gritty.
Grotty?
Grotty. About the plaster cast.
No, of course not.
And wouldn't take them to the fair on Saturday.
Huh? Yes, but
We're very sorry, Dad. You can choose your own cigarettes, can't you?
Or you can buy something else if you like. They're 3 shillings.
Well, actually, children, your mother and I were thinking of going,
Hello? Oh, yes, hello. Fully booked. I see. Thank you.
Thinking of going where, Dad?
To the fair, of course. Where else? Go on, off you go. Well, no room at the inn, I gather.
No, they just let the last one.
Oh, well.
To 2 friends of ours.
Friends?
David and Hannah.
Oh, well, never mind, darling. There'll be more fun on the Dodgems. And I'll buy you something nice to make up.
Will you, darling? What?
Well, I don't know. What can you get for 3 bob? No, actually, I'm not too sorry about West Wittering, you know. I mean, well, there was a risk, wasn't there?
A risk?
Well, that's where we started the blasted family.
Oh, Henry!
Not in Front of the Children starred Wendy Craig as Jennifer Corner and Francis Matthews as her husband, Henry, with Charlotte Mitchell as Mary, Elizabeth Morgan as Hannah, Tenniel Evans as Charlie, and the children were Roberta Tovey as Trudi, Jill Riddick as Amanda, and Hugo Keith-Johnston as Robin. The script was adapted from his original TV success by Richard Waring and produced by Trafford Whitelock.